Good evening, night, morning, daytime, light. It is Aaron17Z here, joined with this man who's here, and
I'm here.
No any other man. And I can already tell
here.
he's not screaming at me yet. So we'll wait to see what happens when
I am here. Here, have a meme, Ethan, for today.
You're not gonna look into the stream at all?
Well, okay, I'll click on this.
You missed last one as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, last one, I was at a beach and I haven't listened to it. I'll listen to the episode.
Yeah, I can tell you haven't listened to it because you would have yelled at me.
Okay, what is this necklace you're wearing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nice hair.
Yes.
Is that green hair tie I have? How dare you?
I didn't change you one bit.
I know. I'm just looking. I'm like, hang on.
Wait, I mean, Caleb's one's right there. You can see it for a quick second. Do you want yours?
Oh, if you've got one for me.
This was your punishment for not being there. New pics. Okay, here you go. There's your new one.
You got the horizontal cloak. It's really neat.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah? What?
I like.
What?
Got a jacket, right? Got some neckline. I like the necklines.
The thing with your nose was actually based. Obviously, it's a thing that happens in anime all the time, but like,
yeah.
I referred it to just looking at Moomin Rider.
Yeah, I thought as much.
Because I took off the fucking goggles that look stupid. And obviously, Usopp's Kabuto. So yeah, new looks.
Oh yeah.
New days. New day, new look. New day, new Doug. Anyway, what are we talking about? We have no topic for today. I'm just gonna go random.
No, we're just talking about random things.
Encanto! We both watched it randomly, and one of us likes it enough to put it on a special list.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed that shit.
It's very good. Very good.
I watched like the first half on my phone before bed, and I'm like, I'm too tired of this shit. I paused it and I watched the thing. I watched like two halves one day and the other day, and then for some reason I fell in love with it after that. A bit weird.
That's right. He got bored, he got tired, he stopped it, had to wait a little bit to go sleep, but woke up and started watching from where he left off, and now he's in love with it for some reason. Not watching a full movie all the way through. Very unusual.
I've watched it all the way through now.
I'm just saying, it seems just very unusual as a thing to do.
Well, like, I'll pause the TV show mid-episode and just fucking continue it when I'm... I actually prefer to stop mid-episode instead of at the end of an episode. Because the thing shows will do, and chapters, any continuing series with installments, they will at the end have a cliffhanger, so the audience will then want more. It'll keep you coming back for more.
And where'd you stop?
I don't remember. It's like 2 months ago. But like, basically, if I stop middle of the episode, there aren't really any lingering like cliffhangers that'll make me hate myself. Like, obviously there are the bigger ones that they last the whole show, but that's not going to be solved by watching the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
So basically, if I stop mid-episode, I can then calm my heart and just like do whatever I need to, and then get back to the episode without that need of like I must have more. It's a big brain move, in my opinion. Because you'll always have the one more episode. I'll be like, another half of the episode will do.
There were, admittedly, things I didn't like about it. Like I did mention before when we were talking about...
There are still things I don't like.
Yeah. How, like, there's I thought, like, there was going to be more of an adventure based off, like, what the little clips I'd seen of it and whatnot. I thought there was going to be more, obviously, because it's Disney and, like, every single one they do has some sort of little adventure, even if it's little, which I didn't really feel like. I got to know this area as much. The house, obviously, we got to know somewhat.
Casita.
Yeah, we got to know somewhat of the fucking house, but like, the village is kind of a different story altogether. and like we didn't even see everyone's rooms, or even just how
Which is a shame.
a husband and a wife share a room, which I would be very interested in, because I think it's funny if like you're in like a storm. Like,
What some of the rooms look like? The mother's room is like she can heal with a meat. What does her room look like?
Exactly. That's what I was wondering. The only real rooms we saw was what the
Antonio's
middle
and
sister's room.
Isabella's and
Yeah.
And she's the oldest sister. Isabella's the oldest.
We never saw her room properly.
Is it Isabella? Yeah, we did. Louisa, the strong woman.
Oh yeah, sorry.
The middle
Wait, I thought
child.
Louise.
We never saw her room at all.
I thought Louise was the oldest.
No.
Is it not? Am I wrong?
The last I checked. No.
Last.
You can go check. Older sister is Isabella, and she's the same age as Dolores, the hearing lady. Louisa was born after. Camilo's a few. Bell, both of them. And then Antonio's like 5 or some shit.
That's what it looks like. What does this say? Oh, yeah. She's the middle. That seemed weird. Just because of the whole like pressure shit, and like being.
Well, yeah, because she's carrying like but the idea, the thematic, the idea is like she's the perfect child. If you translate it our time, she's the one that gets all the grades. She's the one that's gonna like make the money. She's the one that's going to marry rich and help the family.
Spoken like a true elder sibling.
Shut the fuck up. Whereas Louisa is more carrying the burdens and not trying to stop it from falling apart, if anything.
Honestly, I've forgotten most of their names.
I know all of their names.
Yeah, because you watched it 6 times. I watched it once. Like the easiest name to remember is Bruno for obvious reasons.
Abuela doesn't get it.
That's also very easy as well.
Abuela and then Abuela.
That's essentially just grandmother.
Yeah, it is just grandmother. Yeah. We don't fucking get a name. And if we do, I didn't see it any of the 6 times.
No. If we got it, it would have been...
And Abuela Pedro, with the children Bruno... I actually don't remember the mother's name. That's why I called her the mother. Julieta. Her name's Julieta. And then Pepper, who is the weather bitch. Right? And then Pepper is married to Felix. And Julieta is married to Augustin. Augustin and Julieta had Isabella, Louisa, and Mirabel.
Yeah.
And Felix and Pepper had Dolores, Camilo, and Antonio, and that's the entire family. And then there's also
the Abuela did get a name.
Mariano wants to marry into the family.
Yeah, the grandmother did get a name.
She did?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's Alma.
Fuck that shit.
But that like it both starts with A, and it's like a boy.
No, I didn't notice it any fucking time.
Well, she got a name.
Anyway, Abuela.
Yeah. Dolores.
Yeah, she's the only one to know. And frankly, she's the least favorite character, so I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, she was the worst. Honestly,
Isabella was terrible at the start, but then with that song, it was fun.
One of my biggest problems in the whole story is what you had. Wait, I gotta look at this list just to make sure I'm getting the names right. Was it Dolores? She is one of my biggest problems. I like her character and I like her whole little story in it. However, the reason I don't like it is because Bruno was behind the fucking wall.
Yeah, and
she didn't hear it. What the hell?
No, she did. What? In the song, she said, in the final song, she said, I knew I could hear him every day. She knew that. My problem isn't that she didn't know he was there. My problem is that immediately when Mirabel sees the vision and says it, she's gonna tell the whole family. She can't keep a secret, but she kept Bruno a secret for 10 years. That's
felt weird.
She knew, but she always knew Bruno was there. In fact, earlier in the film, she refers to that. She says, "No one is worried about the miracle except you, and the rats in the walls." Oh, and Louisa. Her eye was twitching all night.
Yeah.
She said the rats in the walls.
Yeah.
That's Bruno. And in the song, we don't talk about Bruno. She's the only one defending.
Yeah.
While Camilo is like, he's 7 foot, he's got rats, he's got a. Dolores is like,
Man,
She-
that brother,
he's got a
that brother
heavy
got
burden.
that brother got like no character.
Really?
he,
a little bit here and there.
no, I don't call that fucking character. He had no storyline whatsoever. It was just this cunt can change his appearance and
Yeah,
like.
but he says 7-foot frame, so he's the best character.
But like,
Dolores
I wish there was more to that character though, because I just think it's very interesting to know like the psychology behind that being his power to change his appearance. I would have liked to see a little bit more of that because we obviously saw that with
Well, you can only
Louisa.
focus so much on an hour and a half.
Yeah, obviously. Man, they should
But
have
yeah.
put 2 hours into this movie. It would have been great.
I love that.
Yeah.
And yeah, Dolores in the song, she's saying that Bruno, everyone lives in fear. This is something this is a heavy burden of his ability.
Yeah.
It's not something he's chosen. This is how he lives. And then immediately Camilla's like 7. Completely fucks over that person.
Rats along his back.
When he calls your name, it all fades to black. And he sees your dream.
And like any viewer
scream.
during that fucking song for the first time, and like all of them
Mm-hmm.
complaining about Bruno, and it's like the most basic shit that would ever happen to people. You're gonna get bold. You're gonna get fat. Your fish is gonna die. You control the weather on your wedding date. No shit, it's gonna fucking rain. You obviously have nerves, and everyone's being like, "Fuck you, Bruno." What the fuck?
Your prophecy, when your fate is sealed when your prophecy.
That line I actually do like because it did become it was true with Maribel. Everything that he saw became true with Maribel.
Well, the initial one was very vague,
Yeah.
But it's not Bruno's
But the bigger
fault.
one, yeah, it's not. He just saw it happen, and he can't change fate.
He's the messenger. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
He can't change fate. That's the whole thing. And he even obviously clears it up later in the like the finalist song where it's like, "I'm sorry about your wedding. I could see that you were nervous or whatever." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Felix, Pepper's husband, for the one line he said in that song. Not Thunder. He said, so Pepper's like, we were married in a hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh, what a joyous day. But anyway.
I like that dad. That dad was cool.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Okay, vamos. Well,
And like even just like the like some of the ones that got like the least amount of character was what like Maribel's mum. I don't even remember what she did. She just kind of cooked and healed people. That's about it.
she
Because like even the dad has his scene where it's like, shh, we gotta keep this a secret, and then they just switch over to Dolores.
Yeah, they do confront Abuela talking because they're the only two people that defend Mirabel.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like fucking. Well, they didn't say it, but they treat her like she's that not appendix. Is it appendix? The fucking the appendage they don't need. But the thing they'd rather remove family. Whereas her parents are never ever act like that. They're always defending her. They're saying you're perfect. Augustine says this a lot because he also has no powers. Husband. But he's like,
I like this character. This character was a nerd.
Yeah. Kept getting himself, kept hurting himself.
Yeah. He was great.
There's my D8.
So who was your favourite character?
Fuck. Shit. Yeah, probably. I'll probably go.
What?
For such a small amount of character, I still quite liked him.
Who?
If not Mirabel. Felix. Pepper's husband. The black one.
Yeah. I could have honestly guessed that.
Yeah.
Can you guess my favourite?
Clearly not Camilla.
No.
Isabella.
No.
Damn. Antonio.
No.
Fuck.
Why would
Willow
you say
Pedro.
Isabella?
I love Isabella. She's like number 2.
Oh, what the hell? She reminded me too much of my sibling, just the bitch that they are. That's why I didn't like it.
They were trapped inside of Abuela's expectations. she was finally able to break free, and that's why. I really
No, it's
enjoyed
more
it.
just the perfect aspect that reminded me too much of my brother, because my brother's always been smarter than me and whatnot, and like all the expectation to be like him and whatnot. That's why I connected with Maribel quite a lot, and
So
in all her
Mirabelle.
failings. But like, no, it's not Maribel. My favorite is Louisa.
Like most people, figured.
Yeah.
Trying to avoid like. It's not funny. I like
But
tough
then
women,
again, like I could also like feel
or
really
women in
connected
suits,
to. Yeah.
because I like characters that break that mold of whatever the fuck, male writers force them into.
One thing I did appreciate, just like on a casual like watching of the film, how well they did at fucking using the bodies and how they move. Because anytime
That
Louisa
animation.
moved, her muscles also moved in the exact way that they should.
Yeah, Disney animation, bro.
Yeah, like
they're on
fuck,
their shit.
they did such a good job with that crap. Like like in one scene, it wasn't even a part of like the song. She just moved her arm, and like the muscles like moved in her arm. Because of course they did. Like you got to see the tricep like pop out. Because of course it did when you're that muscular. Just by moving your arm, yeah. Because of course. I really like that aspect of the film. It was like a really well-made film. And again, like I didn't expect to like Maribel as much as I did. Because usually with a lot of these Disney kind of princess characters, main characters, I usually don't give a shit. Like it's either I don't care or I don't like them. Like Moana is a bit of a mix because I like Moana, but I don't really care all too much about Moana. And a lot of the other ones are just like, yeah, keep the shit. Unless it's any of the male leads. The male Disney princesses like Aladdin, Cusco,
Love those guys.
Hercules. They're the ones I like. Those are the best Disney princesses. Truly my favorites. Well, you had that little moment of what in Louisa's song about like Hercules ever say he doesn't want to fight Cerberus. I'm just like,
Like, even if you're this strong,
yeah.
I mean, if people are like, you got to do this.
But my whole thing was I was looking at them like, why'd they do Hercules such a disservice? Like, you made him look like a puny insect compared to Louisa.
Let's
like,
just show how much.
Yeah, but like, let's be honest. You think Hercules was a puny guy like that?
Oh, he is now.
This is
My
Hercules
Hercules
without Danny DeVito helping him.
This is Hercules not played by The Rock and without Dan DeVito.
That's right. And as soon as I said Hercules, I'm just like, okay, it's Roman one. I don't give a shit. I'll pull it past me. It's the Roman one. It's just Hercules. Fuck that.
Your face is when your prophecy is right.
I don't know. It was heavily character motive as well, which is in like a previous episode when we were all fucking here. I did state like one of my favorite, like one of my things is more like world building, which wasn't as strong with this one. I did like the
Need to be.
Yeah, but I did like the flashback and like the history behind that shit. Like with those, I think like the Spanish that came
Inquisition,
and
yeah.
killed Pedro or whatever it was. Yeah, I like that one. That was cool. That was all the world building I really saw.
I think they're in the films in Colombia.
Yeah, I think it is in Colombia. Colombia is what I remember hearing or reading somewhere. No, it was a very good film that like I would recommend watching to people if they've never seen. It's not like I'm gonna go and recommend Frozen. Fuck that shit. Watch this.
That's pretty. Yeah, that first one was pretty good.
Ugh. Don't care.
Frozen's good. Despicable Me is good. It's just marketing.
Frozen's still annoying with the characters. Olaf's annoying. Sven's like.
Olaf is a good boy.
It's too much.
Oh look, I've been impaled.
The reason why I like this film so much is because it breaks out of those tropes of a lot of Disney movies have, Disney animated films have, is why this film worked on so many levels while also bringing like 100% to the story. It's kind of like what Sony's doing now, kind of like with their own originals. they've heavily improved ever since like
After the
into the
emoji
Spider-Verse.
In Spider-Verse and
Yeah.
Mitchell's vs. the Machines.
Yeah,
Fucking
fuck,
spectacular.
spectacular movies.
Oh.
Yeah, they just went like, we know what we're doing now.
I remember Sony animation pictures used to be a fucking joke.
It was, and now they're bringing the fucking A game.
Let's see what they've. Let's have a look at all they've.
Yeah, okay, yeah, let's go through animation films.
Sony animation pictures. Show me what you've done. Franchise. What is this? Okay. There are 4 open season films?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Open season
I thought
is
there
just
was
shit
one.
anyway.
I love open season 1.
Yeah, because that's the best one. The other ones are shit.
I didn't even know that.
Did you know that in every... This is just a fact I know. In every open season, the voice actor for the 2 main characters change. Because no actor wanted to voice them more than once. They're responsible for Hotel Transylvania. Look, marketing, good on you. I don't give shit about Hotel Transylvania. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I always found Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs boring.
There are 2 Angry Birds movies?
There were.
What? There's a second. What? The fuck is this?
I haven't seen a lot of these ones. I've heard something about something like Wish Dragon is apparently just reskinned Aladdin. That's what I've heard about that.
That's what the Wish Dragon? Oh yeah, I can see that.
Apparently, that's what I heard about it. I've never seen it. Arthur Christmas was pretty good. What else there? Oh no, Star. Oh, Star's like them. Surf's Up 2. They made a Surf's Up 2.
There's a second Surf's Up.
Yeah, and I think this one was sponsored by WWE because I'm looking at a Penguin John Cena.
No.
There's a Penguin John Cena. Look at it for yourself. The fuck?
Where is... I'm trying to find it on the list. Smurfs 2, 122, Smurfs... Where the fuck is Surf's Up?
Yeah, because I did Surf's Up. Surf's Up was a pretty good film. I remember playing the game a lot. That is just... that.
Surf's Up 2, Wave Me... Okay. Okay.
This is John Cena Penguin. I'm not gonna watch this.
Favorite WWE superstar.
This
John
shit.
Cena. The Undertaker's in this fucking.
Triple H. Yeah. I'm not gonna watch that. That looks very shit, and I don't want to disdain my memory of Surf's Up, the original. Because that movie was alright. 2007, we were young. What is this? Peter Rabbit. Okay, so they're responsible for Shitter Paddington.
Oh, Paddington, bro.
They're
so good.
Yeah, Paddington's a different place. They're responsible for Men in Black International. Okay.
It's Sony.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, yeah, I know, but like, Sony, not Sony Animation.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking at this top list, as soon as you search into Google, not clicking into any Wikipedia, which you probably did.
I did. Just did it.
Alright, let's have a look at this. Open season. Was that their first one? What? Surf's Up. Cloudy with a Chance. I never liked Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. The story's there. I thought
the first one was pretty good.
I just got bored.
I like the ideas and the themes behind it, what they're trying to convey, and I think it was an all well-rounded, good kids film.
Yeah.
And the problem I have with the franchise is dog shit, god awful sequel, which is one of the worst productions I've ever seen in my life. And I watched that when I was a kid, and I walked out of the cinema thinking that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I was a child, maybe 11.
I was just amazingly bored with these films. I did not give a fucking shit about anything that happened. I just did not care. I just found it so boring. And that's my story behind that, and that's my relationship with that. I just found it boring. That's it. That's all I can really say.
See, my problem... Okay. So when you create a story, every single character you have in that story plays a purpose.
Isn't it based off a book?
I don't know.
The first one?
I have no idea. I don't really care either. But you've got every character you have there needs to play some role. If they don't serve the story or idealize some sort of theme or and contribute to any other character arcs in any way, they are a waste of a character, a waste of space, waste of time, and a waste of money, really. You should only have things in the story that matter.
Yeah.
And if they don't do anything, they don't add to the story, that's bullshit, right? Most films do that. Most films have a not well-crafted, but a crafted story with character ideas, what it's trying to do, what it's trying to say, and all these elements build on that. Kind of the Chance of Meatballs is one of them. All of these characters had their arcs, had their role in the story. They made it work for that one film. The problem with that sequel, and with several other sequels, is that those characters are then just reintroduced back into the story with another story, and then they have very little to do.
Yeah.
They have very little thematic role, purpose, and they don't really add to the new theme or idea. But even if you'd love to see those characters again, if they're adding them is just a detriment. Right? They need to have some role. Cloud Chance of Evils 2 had already finished and developed characters, reintroduced into an environment which they don't need to be in, a story that didn't need to exist. It's a problem with most sequels that exist. And it's one of the reasons I currently hate that film. I didn't hate it back then for that. Most of the words I said would confuse me back then.
But let me guess, your favorite character was the cop dad?
Yes. Didn't even need to hear it. Yes. He's fantastic. I love him.
I know my friends too well.
I love his kid too. His kid, he's like, he grew a chest hair and his dad was so proud of him. I think that was in the sequel though, but still.
Yeah, that sounds like it was in the sequel.
But it was. I still love the character.
I was just looking at like their upcoming films, and it's like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, because they're making it into 2 parts, which is very interesting. Then I better fucking deliver on this first part.
Better be good. Probably is, but better be good.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac is now playing 3 Marvel characters. Playing one of them anymore. Oscar Isaac's now going to be Moon Knight. He was Spider-Man 2099 film in the after-credit scene of Spider-Verse. And then he was also Apocalypse.
Wait, here's the reason you don't know about the 3 other open season movies. Direct to video. Open Season 2, Open Season 3, Open Season Scared Silly, and Surf's Up 2 Wave Mania.
Right.
So, I just assume that this is just a list of bad movies?
Probably, yeah.
Short films. The Smurfs. They're responsible for the Smurfs. Yeah, the Smurfs are alright.
That's not bad.
Yeah, for kids. For kids.
Whatever.
Let it be for kids, whatever. I when I was a kid, I watched the old Smurfs, so like, I'm a little bit partial to that. But yeah, do whatever you want. I don't really care too much.
Yeah, but if it's a film a kid can't even enjoy, then you've got a problem.
I've had enough of this. Alright, what else is there? What Disney films are there that I did not bash the shit out of? Disney animated films. Let's have a look. I'll look at this. Because a lot of them are Disney princess ones. And I think I watched a lot of them. Alright, let's go. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's okay. Whatever. Old stories. Pinocchio. Aren't they making some new Pinocchio shit?
They're making 3 Pinocchio products.
What?
3.
I thought they were just like doing a reskin of it. Were they doing something else?
Well, no, Pinocchio's in the public domain.
Yeah.
So anyone can take the story and make it, and apparently people are.
Oh.
So the one you probably would have. I don't know about it.
I think
just
it's
know
the
voice
Disney
actor
one.
Pinocchio's. I don't know if the Disney's. I don't know.
I think I saw it on Disney Plus.
There's
Saw something.
one that I'm almost certain isn't.
Yeah.
And it's one we may have seen the voice actor. Mean to fuck. Father, I want to go see the world with my own eyes. Some shit. And the other one I care about, I don't care about that one at all. It's popular. The only one I care about is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
I mean, a lot of these old things should be in the public domain because Disney didn't fucking own them.
Yeah.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is not a story that they came up with by any means. There's Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, all of them are based on other fantasy story fables, whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Dumbo. Look, Dumbo's good. They have a live action adaptation, and there's Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito in it.
It's sold gold. I never really cared about Dumbo too much. Bambi, never gave a shit about. It was just like, oh, Bambi's sad, and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Yep, I've seen it. I don't care. You can call me Heartless. Oh, I don't care.
I haven't seen it yet.
What is this? Let's have a look. Let's go to this instead. Bambi. What the hell is this one? I don't know what the hell that is. The Three Caballeros, which are a bunch of their own characters. What the hell is the next one? God.
All these things
Cinderella. Okay, yeah, Cinderella. Cinderella, again, old story. It's been done to death. There's been so many different variations of that story throughout media. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's even been one set in fucking different times. Like, I think there's one set in the 1950s, maybe. Peter Pan's pretty good. Peter Pan's good. I enjoyed Peter Pan.
That's a story you can take in either.
Like Hook. I love Hook, which is like a sequel film with, what's his name? Robbie Wilson. Robbie Williams? That's the one. Hook was good. Hook was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like you said, like they have their own world and you can explore it a little bit better than a lot of the other ones, as well as having one of them, a relatively iconic villain, with one of the most simple names that is easy for an Australian to remember, because it's like Hook and Cook. Captain Cook, Captain Hook. Okay.
Wasn't he Hugh Jackman?
In one of them, he might have been.
In the movie Pan, he played.
Yeah, I watched that movie. I thought it was alright.
It was fine.
It was fine.
It's a total fine.
Yeah.
He doesn't even look like Hugh Jackman. The fuck?
101.
The fuck happened to him?
101 Dalmatians. It's okay. It's a nice little film. I think this one's more iconic for the villain. And now that I'm saying that, I still haven't watched the Cruella movie.
Cruella? Oh yeah, that was.
I forgot about, because like obviously it came to Disney Plus, but then it was like you have to pay for it to see it, and I just forgot about it. And I've never heard anything good or bad about it. I'll watch it eventually, maybe later today, not tonight. The Sword and the Stone. Well, that was a relatively short film. I enjoyed that one because it's like
about it.
It's basically King Arthur's like prequel story. It's like with Merlin.
Oh my god, King Arthur! We love anything. Yeah.
Yeah, but as a kid, it's like you can see how it's like, oh, it's cool. The Jungle Book. Again, another one they made like a live action adaptation for, and it was good.
They made like 2 in the same year, I think.
They
Not
did.
Disney, just in like once again public domain, other
Yeah.
people. But yeah, I think it's Mowgli was the other one. I never
think
watched,
there's
but
a-
I did watch the jungle.
I think there's a TV series, like a
good
cartoon
for them.
series with this shit. And I remember like it being on TV when we were little. The Aristocrats, I never cared for. Never cared for the Aristocrats. Robin Hood, I enjoyed Robin Hood, with the like one of the only ones like with the animals and like I enjoyed it with the king and whatever. It was good. It was good. The Rescuers, nah, they never cared. The Fox and the Hound, again, never cared. How many of these have you seen, by the way? Like, you saw me
very
at any
few.
point.
Yeah, very fucking few.
The
I got a
Little
list of them
Mermaid.
I'm supposed to see. Nah, haven't seen it.
Beauty and the Beast.
Nah, I've seen the remake.
Beauty and the Beast is like one of probably the best ones of these like Disney princessy ones, old movies. Because there's a lot to learn, a lot to know. There are some things I don't like about it, where it's like you have to learn to accept the monster and the beast inside, and then the guy just ends up being handsome anyway. So what the hell is the consequence?
Yeah.
But yeah, still pretty good. Oh, one of my favorites. Oh, holds such a special place in my heart. Aladdin.
Yeah.
Fucking love Aladdin. Again, obviously, another one with a live action. Live action is still good. Not as good as the animated film. No way it could possibly top that. But still, it was good.
I still haven't seen the remake.
Will Smith did
I'm sure it's
he
good
did a good.
enough.
He did a good job. Yeah. Well, obviously, like compared to the animated film, I forget it.
Yeah. But if I ever do watch it, it won't be too.
Yeah. Lion King.
Oh yeah,
I
I've seen
mean-
that one. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that's a.
I mean, Lion
Yeah,
King
yeah.
is Lion King. it's like this. It's like the apex almost of like animated films. It's like
the magnum opus of
Yeah.
Disney.
yeah, it really is one of those ones. And a lot of my love came from this film, mostly just based on like the third movie, or sometimes called Lion King 1.5 or whatever, because it's literally just the movie of Lion King, but taken from the perspective of Timon and Pumbaa throughout the entire thing. So before Timon and Pumbaa met each other, to them being there at Simba's coronate or birth thing with the monkey. I forget names. Oh, god damn. And it just goes on until like they obviously meet Simba, and then they go through what they were doing while Simba was fighting Scar in the film. Yeah. It was just it's comic relief, you know. A whole movie with comic relief characters, and I really enjoyed that part of the film. Yeah. Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's underrated film, in my opinion. Doesn't get enough credit that it deserves. It's really
Yeah,
good film.
I've seen that one. Yeah, I have no idea.
Hercules.
Good shit.
Good shit. I mean, it has Danny DeVito in it. That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. Mulan. Oh fuck, Mulan's great.
I found it alright.
I really enjoyed Mulan. Hello, who is this? Is this a man?
He's a man.
He came early.
I did come early, yeah.
Title of your sex tape.
What happened?
We got him. We got him.
What happened?
Nothing.
I'm just confused at this point. What are we talking about?
We're
Currently Disney films.
Disney
going through the list of Disney films.
Going through like
we're up to
animated Disney
Mulan,
film.
which is a film I remember watching in class in year 8 with you, Gally.
The animated one or the
Animated.
live action
Animated one.
Animated.
Okay.
We're not talking.
Yeah, I remember watching it in year 8.
Yeah.
I can't remember anything.
Woman has.
I remember she was on the tower or whatever.
Woman become man.
Big palace shit, and then that's it.
You mean the final fucking fight?
The final
Yeah, that
fight.
could have been
That's
it.
all he remembers. Oh, another great Disney princess, Tarzan.
What a film! What a great film that was.
I preferred George in the Jungle.
Oh, he's good.
Not George in the Jungle. Curious George. That's it.
Yeah.
I prefer Curious George.
Let's see.
Oh yeah. Nah, Tarzan.
I mean, Tarzan's one of those things where it's public domain. There's been multiple
Yeah.
variations of live action versions, but still, it's like you
Yeah.
can't top just the normal basic one.
I remember I watched I think the one like I mainly remember is the there was like a live action one,
Yeah,
but I don't know which one it is because there's probably tons of them.
I would say there's a couple. Just like there's a couple Hercules films, but that's very different as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, Hercules is fucking,
That's
sort of a myth,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. More of a.
I mean, a lot of
mythological
what we said before, a lot of these older ones like are in public domain, mostly because Disney does not own them. A lot of them are previous fables
Yeah.
told.
They're making 3
Long
Pinocchio
ago.
films this year.
The what?
Like I said, I was just telling Caleb, like there are 3 Pinocchio products made this
Oh,
year.
yeah.
From Disney or from different people?
Different people, obviously not
Yeah.
Disney.
Yeah.
course.
I don't know. I only know enough about one of them, and it's the only one I care about.
Mm.
If you know Guillermo del Toro, who did the Hellboy films, he did Shape of Water, and some other like horror type things. So if this horror director is picking up Pinocchio, which is incredibly interesting to me.
Yes.
Well, not horror.
But don't
like-
worry, boys. The next
horror
animated
things.
film on this list is by far the best and most supreme one of all, The Emperor's New Groove,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
with the best Disney princess of all time, Cusco.
You mean Kronk?
That's not a Disney princess.
Yeah, he's.
He's a
Kronk's
Disney
the
queen.
hero. Let's be honest. Kronk's
He's,
the hero.
he's a mad lad.
Oh, it was
Cusco poison. Poison for Cusco. Poison meant specifically for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
And obviously, Emperor's New Groove 2 is just Kronk.
Kronk's New Groove.
Kronk's New Groove. Atlantis, The Lost Empire.
Yeah, I still have to see that.
I remember
It's been
being-
so long since.
I think I remember being very weirded out as a child by the film. But I enjoyed it a lot later on, like when I was like 13. So as a kid, I didn't really like it, but when I was 13, I liked it more for some reason. But it does seem like it would be something that Alex likes. But the movie does have problems. Lilo and Stitch, yeah, it was alright. I mean, I remember more of,
that
like,
shit was good.
I remember more like them creating like a TV show afterwards and that being
Yeah.
more popular.
Which I've
Eventually.
seen a bit of.
Yeah.
Back when I was a child and watched.
We could just take a back seat because Alex, the next one's Treasure Planet.
It's been so long since I've seen it.
Okay, thank God. I thought you were going to go on a rant. Oh. Another one. It's one of those ones like I feel.
It is
Atlantis,
another- it's
the
another-
adventure. Kind
Another
of.
amazing one.
Yeah. Brother
yeah, I
Bear.
don't- No idea.
That's just a
I've
little
never
bit
heard
boring.
of that.
A little bit boring. I know. Home on the Range.
Isn't that one the racist one or nah? Am I thinking of
Let's just
something
move
else?
on. Next on this, it says Chicken Little.
I remember I saw that like no, I didn't see Chicken Little. I saw Chicken Run. That's the one.
Chicken Run's the good
Chicken
one.
I saw
Run's a
that-
good one.
I saw that like a little kid, and I don't remember anything, and I have not watched it since. I'll have to watch it again someday.
Had one
I
of the
just-
most scariest villains.
This is quite bad.
Chicken
Fucking
Little,
hell,
Alex, got any opinions on Chicken Little?
Yeah, actually, I do. As a child, that film was fantastic. I
It was?
rewatched it again last year, and I think it's dog shit. That is all.
I'll tell you, okay, here's the thing,
That's a
right?
fair. That's
When it
honestly
comes to-
pretty fair.
When it comes to like children's shit, it's like the ones that you enjoyed as a child and you enjoy now are the good ones.
Yes, Aladdin.
But
for
the
me.
ones that you don't enjoy now, I think they're not as good.
No.
Who
Because,
said kids' films
some
had to be
things-
bad, had to be unenjoyable for?
Yeah, some things
Yeah,
just
exactly.
don't age well, as well.
Bro, I'll tell you what. One of the few things I fucking hated about that film. right? So you got these three nerds.
Yeah.
One of them's a big fat pig. He's kind of best, but
Yeah.
and then there's the bully, this fox.
I barely remember shit, but yeah, okay, yep.
So there's this fox. She's a bully and she's a general cunt. Bullies these three, right? Then at some point there's an alien invasion.
Yeah.
And she gets like kidnapped. Like they kind of like abduct like everyone, including the bully.
Yeah.
And then she gets like traumatized by it. And now she's like a frolicking, like happy thing. She's just been the amount of mental trauma she had like broke her brain. And now she's unable to act mature anymore. She's unable to be an adult, right? And then the aliens are like, "Oops, sorry about that. That was a mistake." And they put everything back to normal. And then they're like, "Oh, we must have fucked your brain. We'll put it back to normal." And then the pig bullied cunt is like, "No, she's perfect this way." And now they're dating.
Yeah.
Why would the film specifically say, "No, this
Yeah,
person who's been traumatized and bullied these people is now going to date one of them after being mentally ill because of him," and then they won't help her? It's genuinely horrific when watching that. This was for children.
Let's not question things any further than we have to, okay?
And that's one of the several things I do not like about that film at all.
Well, the next one says, "Meet the Robinsons."
Oh, what a legendary film! I haven't rewatched it though recently, so I don't know
I remember
if we're following the Caleb.
I remember just
but I'm pretty sure it's really good.
I remember not liking it as a kid. But just
if we go by your principle, if a film can be enjoyed when you're a kid and an adult, it's a good film. This is a film I saw as a child, so I don't know if it's good today. But from that experience, I really enjoyed that. Also scared the fuck out of me.
Bolt.
Oh, I remember Bolt. I remember that was pretty good.
I don't think it would have aged well.
But
yeah, if I rewatched it, I doubt I'll like it.
I remember liking it as a kid, but I don't think it's going to age well at all.
Probably not, no.
No. The Princess and the Frog.
You got that. It's called fucking Shrek.
That was pretty good actually. Not among the best Disney films. I rewatched it last year recently, but it's actually got a lot going for it. I really like all the side characters getting different perspectives, how different characters have these different feelings and wants and needs, especially based on their circumstances, and how different privileges affect different people. So I found it really interesting.
Yeah. And obviously there's a musical crocodile.
And the musical song.
Yeah.
Won't you shake this paws in his hand? Yeah.
We're starting to move into those.
Are you ready?
We're starting to move into more of like the 3D animated Disney films a little bit more, obviously, because the next one is Tangled.
I don't have a problem with 3D.
Tangled, I've never seen that.
But 2D animated films need to be more. It's just not. 3D's still good, but like come on, 2D's really awesome as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tangled's fucking Pogger's film.
Yes, it is. I like Flynn. Mainly because I could...
Flynn Rider.
I think I could do a fairly decent job cosplaying Finn if I grew out my hair a little bit and just actually
I'll do Rapunzel.
What, are you saying Caleb's the horse?
No, I changed. I want to be Maximus. Maximus is the best character in that fucking film, and I will die on this hill. Okay. I am Maximus.
Okay,
Caleb, you can be Rapunzel.
I'm not tired.
His hair color works out better anyway.
Fucking Maximus, bro.
Wreck-It Ralph is the next one.
That was alright.
That's pretty good.
That was alright. I haven't seen the second one, but the first one was alright. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I remember enjoying it. I thought the concept was really interesting and very cool, and then the Emoji Movie kind of just stole that and made it very shit.
Oh, I had the misfortune of seeing that movie.
I haven't.
I have not seen the Emoji Movie.
Oh, it is. I don't understand why. Like, why make a film of emojis? I don't know. I felt like.
I like Wreck-It Ralph.
They flew on the fucking Twitter bird.
Motherfucker. What?
No, okay.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Actually, I want to know. Tell me about it.
One of the emojis is like this princess or some shit. And she does this like song, and the fucking Twitter bird fucking comes along and they write on the fucking Twitter bird. Like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Someone was on something. Someone, when they were writing that, was on something and they had Twitter open and they see the Twitter bird icon and they're like, I want to write on that. I want to get someone to write on that. And that's how it happened. Mamma mia. I reckon
Was the Snapchat ghost scare someone?
I don't know, but it could have been. It was probably there. It's been a while since I've seen that movie, and I don't intend on rewatching it. So quite possibly there could be a
I mean, what's the Discord logo? The Discord logo is just like a game controller, isn't it?
Yeah. I quite like the Discord logo.
Yeah, me too.
It's
I like it. It's
But
very
they
simple.
changed it and made it dumb. I like the older logo. It was very similar. Just they just rounded out the edges a little bit.
I don't like the oversimplifications of logos.
Yeah.
That was a good what's it called? Jay Schleifer video on it. Not that I watch him, but I saw that one.
There's a funny one from JonTron.
Yeah.
JonTron made the one about like the simplifying of things, and it was really good. I enjoyed that one.
It's quite funny because like earlier today I was just messing around with my desktop on one of my computers.
Yeah.
Because Linux you can do that. And eventually I found this environment that it made a bit of this. The one part of it looked a bit older, like it looked a bit more. I don't want to say retro, but yeah, it sort of looked like a bit of an older design.
Yeah.
And I significantly prefer that older looking style than Windows oversimplified style. That's just boxes, weird, just seamless boxes. I don't know. I like when it looks old.
I remember like there was a stage where all Adobe software had a different color.
Yeah.
But now it doesn't. So like I can still get
so
confused with some shit, and that
even,
doesn't really make sense sometimes.
Even Microsoft, the Microsoft Office suite, even they're still different colors.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because you want to be able to immediately tell what you're clicking on, but when you
because a lot of people see color before they actually see anything else. Like that's the whole genius thing with Australian money, is like we can just look at the colors and know the amount it is.
Yeah.
Instead of me having to read, oh, this is a $5 note.
There is one good thing in my opinion: the simplification of logos. I find it interesting how you can simplify a look and still be able to tell what it is.
Yeah.
But I do not like that that's how they choose logos. Like, I like that if I can draw like a circle this blue and then put like an orange side like on the right side, you're like, Firefox.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that's what the Firefox logo should be. It's just to show recognition.
Yeah.
Right?
On one hand, I can understand them because obviously they want a design that you can easily draw.
Yeah.
So, but on the other hand, it looks like shit. So yeah. I don't know. I mean, they're gonna always change the designs, and maybe one day it'll go back to more complexity once we get.
Now that we say it, like that's part of the reason why I think I really love manga titles. Because they always feel very unique and distinctive, and they don't have like that, like new age retro oversimplification.
That time I got reincarnated as a slime.
I've not actually seen that like on a manga before. What does it actually look like?
The title.
Yeah, the title is just the fucking words in a specific type, and that's it, or is there something more to it? I'm just asking. I've never actually seen it.
I'm back. Have a look, see the English translation version. One moment. I could Google it, give you that image, but that's boring.
I think I'm just Googling it. Oh, is this the blue one? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Images.
I like it, if we're on manga volumes, I like some manga volumes change colors, depending on the volume. The logos actually change color per volume. Mostly look at my B-Stars and
I mean, for the manga,
Black Lagoon manga.
for the manga of that time I got reincarnated as a slime, it's just they made the slime bit very different and unique.
Yeah, and that's all. It's the only real thing you need.
Yeah, that's what you need. But sometimes, like, I love when they add like a little bit more to it. Like, obviously, One Piece has Luffy in it, as well as like the O is
An anchor and a straw.
Yeah, I really like that. Bleach like has the blue fire addition to it. Naruto has like that swirl thing behind it, which works. Black Clover just has like a clover in the middle. Which
Black Clover changes color every volume, which I like.
My Hero has a cool one where it's like the boxes that kind of like you're on a street corner. I
Tell you what,
does have a really good one.
Me personally, I'm actually not a big fan of One Piece's volumes. I just feel they're a bit. I mean, I'll tell you what, they're good because they have the arc name on the spine. That's good. That's really good. So, and because the arc name will be in a different color, I can easily see, or the saga, I should say, I can easily see, what this book is set, well, where the book is set. So we'll give it that. But me personally, the colors, don't speak to me as much. But
yeah, that's fine.
I mean, some manga just goes by different colors. Some go by the same colors.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen is literally just essentially the same spine.
But every cover has a different color scheme.
Mate, Assassination Classrooms, every single one is just different color.
But that also really works.
Yeah, it works for what they do. Yeah. It works for their style. Yeah.
Like Hunter Hunter's one, it changes color and there's no order to the colors, so I don't really like that.
Yeah.
Does color have an?
It's more like I wish there was more variety amongst it, not just it being like going from blue to blue, or having the first volume be green, then pink, then back to green, then orange, then blue.
Okay,
fair enough. Yeah, I can get that. Yeah, I can definitely understand that.
Yeah.
I like Dragon Ball's one, because it's like the dragon on the spine that's continuing on.
In the Naruto volumes, like Shippuden, in the volumes, like it swaps to like the orange to black when Shippuden starts.
Yeah.
So I like the differentiation between like the 2 points in the story. Like Black Clover's sides, yeah, they're all the same. My Hero's sides are all different colors. Bleach is essentially just a white cover every single time with a different character on it.
I like them in the style, and the Japanese volumes have like words on them as well.
Yeah,
which I think is real neat.
I'm trying to look at like
I like
Mashle has
I
different
don't
colors.
Dislike simplified logos. I dislike that every logo is simplified.
Yeah.
So I don't dislike Bleach having that white. Bleach's use of white space, some of the best I've seen. So the covers should, I think, is a fantastic.
As well as it's saying Bleach.
Yes,
but
it also works.
Yeah.
Every other series doesn't need to do that, and Bleach is doing something different to others, where it's got that one blank white background, maybe a single other color scheme involved.
Even Burn the Witch has a very interesting manga because the manga has like the clothes pattern, but that's just like a cover over the manga. It's like the manga's wearing clothes, which I thought was a very creative idea.
So you're stripping the manga?
I'm stripping the manga to read it, yes.
Fucking weird. Yeah. The Dr. Stone ones I've got, maybe I'll probably just have to get more and see how they look. So far, mediocre in terms of design.
I have an issue with Dr. Stone volume. Mostly their spine.
Yeah.
Most of the covers I look at them. They've all got some of them have unique spines, but most of them always have like other characters or prominent characters appearing in.
Yeah.
There are 2 Dr. Stone volumes where the spine does not feature Senku, and that's volume 3 with Kohaku and volume. I think it was volume 6 with Byakuya.
Yeah.
Right.
And every other one has. Oh, and then obviously the Byakuya as well. Yeah. But every other one of them is Senku. Not fond of that.
Yeah. I get that sometimes. Like there are some manga where it's like you could have had something unique on the spine. there is another character in the cover. You didn't just have to make it the main character again. Like Hunter x Hunter does, like Gon 3 times. MASH, all the first 3 volumes are MASH.
One Piece volumes,
Yeah,
I think the spines always have
One
no,
Piece
the
is
One
all-
Piece,
One Piece is
the
just
One Piece volumes are unique, yeah, but the spines for the like 3-in-1s, they're always Luffy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Luffy
But
in
that
the
is an
art,
interesting
it does evolve, but I don't like that personally.
Yeah. It's alright for what it is.
I do prefer the diversity of characters. You can have Luffy appear.
I don't think. What the One Piece manga have in how many books?
I would love to look behind me right now, but I am not where my manga is.
I'm not wearing my glasses. My glasses aren't in my so I can't actually which Dr. Stone volume has Byakuya on.
I mean, with One Piece, like, yeah, there's like a little different image every single time. Like, it goes from Luffy to Buggy is on volume 2 spine. The true king of the boats. Yeah. Not all of them are very distinctive though. Like all of them are just like cut from the cover. And whatever's in the cover.
I like Chainsaw Man uses the back cover as a spine.
Oh.
And let me just double check.
I like sometimes when you have an omnibus, sometimes they can be really good. Like the JoJo's omnibuses, their spines.
Oh, I want to get one of the compelling factors to watch JoJo's is simply the manga. The manga, I love the style of the manga volumes. They are beautiful.
Which, sorry?
JoJo's.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
I also love how
I
it
adore
changes from like the fan. So like there isn't a lot out because obviously they're making them slowly visits translating them and putting them into books instead of actual just single volumes. So like in the first 3, each of them are distinct colors, and that's kind of what ties them together. But because they cover like the same kind of what the fans call a saga, because it's all about this one idea. And then after that, in parts 4 and 5, they have a different cover, which feels like it's reflecting the new thing, but also referring to like the title. Like the covers of like part 4 is just covered in diamonds, and then part 5 is covered in gold, like little gold beetles, I think.
Yeah. I wonder what part 6 will do.
Stones. We go from diamonds to gold to stone.
I like that in the JoJo's have parts, but they're different.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that the quote unquote sagas have don't always have recurring characters, but they do have a single idea which ties them together. But they're all in different times, different casts, and different things and plots entirely. But there's a single idea which connects 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and presumably 9.
Yeah.
Almost certainly 9, given the idea.
It does look.
I like that. How you've got an anthology series of sorts, but there is a connecting line or an idea or a theme. I really enjoy that.
And all the books are just black, but they're obviously distinct throughout the different parts, which is nice. Like Vinland Saga is all different colors. Like there's no real order to it. There's no real nothing. It goes from blue to silver to
Sildar.
I want to say magenta. I want to say that color's magenta. To a more golden color. To what? Green, then like a bronze, and then brown. From what I have of the books. So that's what that goes through. Interesting. But I think it's more about the imagery that appears on the books, like how they all have different animals that you would probably find in like during this time, during the Vikings time.
Yeah.
I do like that. Also like how it sometimes can relate to a certain character in the story. Like book 4 is a lion, and Alex, I don't need to explain the symbology behind that.
Yeah, of course.
And like each one, I think on the back has like a different like title of the summary to relate it to whatever's in the story, which I really do like and enjoy. Like book 1, what does it say? For honor and vengeance. Number 2 is England at war. 3 is a bloody coming of age.
Coming.
Book 4, which is the one with the lion. On the back it says, a king is born.
Yo.
The next animal is a deer. Yep.
Fair enough.
With a life without purpose. Next we go to the fish of book 6, which is within the king's grasp. And book 7 that I have, because I only have the first 7, is a wolf with deaths and decisions. And each part relates to some key event in each of the books. And we were even talking before the stream started about Vinland Saga, about like how Vinland Saga had its peak. Everyone agrees, like, this is the best arc. But it also doesn't go bad after that happens. Which is
It's still a fantastic series, even after Stark. It doesn't go down in quality.
Which is sometimes not what you always...
There's a difference between the series gets bad after and the series peaks in quality earlier. Two different things.
Mm.
And for a series with only like 4 arcs. I mean, it is a Vinland Saga.
True.
You could cut up the arcs into smaller arcs and call each arc a saga. Realistically.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't, no.
I mean, it's interesting because different. I mean, obviously, different groups will call their arcs or sagas or sagas. You know, I mean, Dragon Ball often refers to all their arcs as sagas.
Yeah.
Instead of arcs.
Hmm.
And that's just their choice of how they name it.
Yeah. Well, One Piece has sagas, but it also does say it has arcs.
Yeah.
Which also makes sense. Well, a lot of the time you would just see arcs, because usually you're just committed to one specific story that is continuously going on. And like with Vinland Saga, the saga is the entire story, not just a specific part. Like Naruto, it's broken up into arcs because Naruto itself would be the saga, because it's all focused on relatively the same thing.
Though then, of course, you've got
You've
like
got part
when it
1 and
comes
part
to
2.
when you got something like Dragon Ball, it's not really one whole story, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It sort of builds on top of each other. Yeah. So that's why I suppose sagas are great for them, is because they do sort of have sagas. It's not little things that build up to one big thing. It's just
like Black Clover. I would say Black Clover has sagas.
Yeah.
Because it had a build up to a specific event before the time skip happened, and all the little arcs that happened were a part of this storyline. And then we're moving on from that storyline to something new. My Hero would have arcs because we're still just following the same story of Izuku Midoriya and other characters, I guess. Mashle has arcs, again, just following the character, not really following any like big thing that happens. Like, of course you can have like big climaxes to an arc, but that doesn't mean the story's over.
You've even got, franchises like Star Wars who, refers to, well, it is currently referring to 9 films as a saga.
All 9 of them is a saga.
And then now, I only consider 6 of them to be part of the saga, but officially they consider 9 films to be part of the saga.
Like, I always kind of, Yeah, I guess. So.
I mean, it's what they choose to call them. It
Yeah.
really doesn't matter what I or anyone
think,
else thinks. If they call it a saga, it's a saga.
I would consider more of the first 6 parts to be in the saga, less so the later ones. Fuck it.
Yeah, you know what they're like.
But that's more because of like the story and the characters and the themes all kind of intertwine a bit more deeply in the first 6 films compared to the next 3 that comes.
If it were Lucas's film, I would be. If Lucas made the films,
then,
or was behind them, it would be different because that would actually be the continuation that he had thought up for the original trilogy, right?
Yeah.
So I would accept it more. Meanwhile, this feels like they're doing the sequels as an afterthought, which is, I think, precisely what's wrong with the fucking sequels. But yeah, that's true.
I've talked enough shit about the Star Wars new trilogy in my lifetime. I'm good.
I think we all have. I mean, Boba Fett happened. Yeah, we never really talked about Boba Fett on stream, did we?
Oh, true. Yeah. Yeah, Boba Fett was alright. Wasn't the best, but wasn't the worst.
I see so many memes about like, oh, finally Boba Fett gets his own series, 6 episodes, and then the last 3 episodes, it's like all these other characters. It's just like, okay.
I think a theory that I hear thrown around a bit, and a theory that I think quite possibly holds up, is that there was a lot of influence from Disney. So the theory is that like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they didn't want to do what they did.
Yeah.
But Disney was like, Mandalorian and Grogu make money.
Yeah.
So you're going to make more with them because that makes some money.
But it always felt like they might have done more of Mando anyway, but beyond.
Yeah, but
I don't think they needed to interject it as
in their mind,
quickly as they
more
need.
more Mando is just better.
Yeah. That was
I think I do like.
I'm misguided.
Yeah. I like that as a Star Wars, someone who's been with a franchise for many years, all these things coming in and connecting all the things I've already seen before, how it's growing in such a way that I wouldn't have expected before, and I get to watch and understand these things in the order that they come out in.
Yeah.
The problem is new fans.
Yeah.
Yes.
The problem is there's so much interconnectivity that you can't watch the original trilogy and go, man, I really like Boba Fett. Time to watch the Boba Fett show. You'd be so fucking confused.
Yes.
There is a prerequisite to having to watch these shows, or at least spoiling yourself on what some things that happen in the shows, so you can watch it.
And let's be honest, for lots of new Star Wars fans, there's gonna be shit that is spoiled for you already. Luke, I am your father.
Well, not even that.
But to go even further,
Sorry?
But to go even further, you've got like, sure, like you obviously can't go and watch Boba Fett, otherwise you'll get confused. But just as if you were watching The Mandalorian and you finished season 2 and you went to season 3, you'd be like, what the fuck? When did Grogu get back with Mando?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's because what happened in Boba Fett. So you actually have to go and watch Boba Fett now. So it's not just a spin-off, it's actually directly influencing what happens. In order to watch the 3rd season of The Mandalorian, you have to have watched a Book of Boba Fett.
And this is why...
Or at least those episodes, but those episodes still somewhat connect. So even to know why Mando is there in the first place, you would have to watch the rest of the Book of Boba Fett, which I think is a bit of a mistake to do that.
Honestly, yeah, but that's even just like why in my OneNote that we share, like I have a list of like things that like series that if you go into them, this is the watch order because it can get confusing.
Yes.
And I would like to help my friends if they ever get confused. So I write that there for them, mostly. And also for me whenever I need to rewatch. Because I will also get confused anytime.
On top of that, though, Cad Bane, the Darksaber, Ahsoka Tano,
Yeah.
one,
All
all
things.
appear in the Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah.
So even that's required viewing. I have not seen Rebels.
No, they're right. No.
I don't care
So-
to.
Okay, I will admit, I don't think you need Clone Wars to really
Not really.
like.
But watch
If
it
you
anyway.
watch it,
Cad
you'll get
Bane
more
is,
information.
You know
But
what
watch it
Ahsoka
anyway.
is. You know where the
But-
influence of the Darksaber is, and even know more about the Mandalorian and Mandalore.
But they sort of give you enough information within the film. Like you see Ahsoka and you're like, it's just another Jedi. You know what I mean? If you had no idea
But
of
it's
the Clone
more-
Wars, and if you had no idea of
Yeah.
Cad Bane, it's like, well, you see, it's this guy who is really strong and really dangerous and has a beef with Boba. You don't actually technically need it. It still gives you enough information.
But with Ahsoka though, it's like Ahsoka. Ahsoka though, it's like, if you don't know, it's like
There's so much character there.
there's so much
nonsense.
character.
I fucking hope that Konobi has no ties to Mandalore. Well, probably won't because it takes place in
No,
different time.
it definitely.
But,
won't.
like-
because it takes place like right after episode 3, doesn't it?
Probably 10 years after episode 3.
Yeah. Because like
I don't want Han Solo to appear in it. I don't even want fucking, or maybe a bit of like some of the more like Darth Maul was like a crime boss there. I think.
Darth Vader is
I could
in it.
maybe. But Darth
Vader's
Vader,
appearing.
but you know,
Vader is in it. That's something that is confirmed.
That's
that
fine.
Vader's in it. Yeah.
it's fine because we know who Darth Vader is, and people can watch Kenobi. No one's gonna watch Kenobi without watching Star Wars. Problem is, I don't want to watch Kenobi only after having watched 7 seasons of Clone Wars, 3 seasons, many fucking seasons, all
The
of
thing is,
Mandalorian,
like,
all of Boba Fett,
if
and
you-
Ahsoka Tano.
So if you just like watch the main series or like the first film, so episode 4, 5, and 6, and then watch Obi-Wan, I feel like there would be some confusion. So
Yeah.
if you did that,
Yeah, of course.
Maybe.
yeah.
We don't actually know yet.
Well, I assume because it takes place after that, and I assume it's gonna have ties to.
I mean,
first three.
I also assume it's going to heavily influence prequels.
Yeah, I think prequels
know.
are gonna influence it a lot.
Like I would assume a lot of it's like his PTSD and shit.
Yeah.
Which I think will be very interesting. I do think I do find it interesting how they're going to go about doing it.
Mm.
I was always under the impression that and it's same with Ahsoka's thing. I just for some reason I have a hesitation when it comes to Jedi shows. I just
Yeah.
feel like there might not be enough there, but we'll see what they do.
If they.
I just think the Mandalorian and Boba Fett was perfect because their characters sort of give you an idea of Hind adventure, but
Also,
you know.
it wasn't about Jedi. It wasn't about all this nonsense that we had come to know. It was
Yeah.
something different and new that we got to explore. As well as people loving or hating Grogu. Because that's really just the thing. You either love Grogu or you hate it. That's just hate him. That's essentially what happens, I feel.
A good Star Wars YouTuber, he ran a poll for Grogu recently, and the majority majority got high scores, but there were a lot of people who said that they didn't like how he was portrayed as like a lot of why he was popular was because of his cuteness.
Not even cuteness, just
I think the
baby
initial
Yoda.
popularity was because it was a younger version of the Yoda's race.
True,
Yeah.
the
was the
initial like
initial.
spark, but then the blaze was how he looked.
And I didn't even think it was fucking cute. He fucking ate. He ate frogs. He ate someone's
Other people
child.
did.
That bit hurt.
But yeah. So some people don't like the fact that he got popular from that. Some people, I'll
I'm
bring this up,
fine
'cause a
with
lot of people-
Grogu as a character. It's just like,
But that's the thing. A lot of people didn't like. A lot of people, not that they didn't like him, but a lot of people brought up that he wasn't really a character. He was more of a plot device.
Oh my god, a baby has no character.
Now,
Oh
what
my
I
God.
hope they're able to do is if anything good comes out of him being prematurely reunited with Mando, is that hopefully now in season 3 they can focus more on Grogu.
you just reminded
Because
me.
Mando's story, I feel like he's been told. I feel like that Grogu's story is now where the potential lies. to have his character fleshed out a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think that's where they should go from here, personally, because again, fresh story.
But this is also interesting because, like, obviously Obi-Wan coming out. It's like, what next? What else are they gonna do? What else are they gonna make a fucking Chewbacca series? What's next?
I could see Chewbacca.
Chewbacca finally speaks.
Well, he does speak. He just doesn't speak English.
Yeah, well,
You know what is a shame?
hearing
I do like the Solo movie, but I don't like how every little hint about his backstory we got throughout the other films, it was all
Yes.
crammed into that one. You
Yes.
could have expanded on that far more outside of a single film.
As a new
Which I
fan,
would've
I
liked.
did enjoy it.
As already a fan of Han Solo, I'm like, I pointed like, holy shit, I get that. I understand with I loved it. Just in hindsight, a series would have been better.
Yeah, I can see
But
that.
some of the things that didn't need to be explained.
Yeah,
Yeah, and some of them we didn't need to know.
Like, who gives a shit if he said it made it in 12 parsecs? Like, who gives a shit? Alec Guinness's reaction clearly showed that he thought what Han Solo was saying was fucking bullshit. Yet they had to explain it. It didn't need explaining. He was bullshitting or over exaggerating or whichever. You didn't need to do that and all that shit. I don't know. I thought some things are a bit.
Yeah. At the time, it's like, oh, I get it, but it doesn't happen.
yeah.
But I still look at it. When I looked at it at the time when I watched it, I'm like, I know that. Instead, that.
But I mean, Childish Gambino is Lando.
Lando, very good.
That was excellent.
And I want to say also, I really enjoy the recasting fun.
Or they're gonna make a Lando series.
That would actually be mad.
I'd be mad.
That would also be very interesting because it's a new perspective of a character that's, I think,
Exactly.
well liked.
Exactly. That's what we need. It's not what we need. This is the main appeal of Star Wars is never always like the quality of the films. It is the world. Or
Yeah.
the quote unquote world building, not the actual world. Many of those. There are so many things to explore in this universe, and I'm not annoyed, but I'd like to see more outside of it. I am annoyed about Boba Fett wasn't Tatooine, but I like that they actually explored Tatooine instead of desert planet.
Yeah.
I want to see more of the other areas, maybe a bit more. Well, Clone Wars did that, but like other
imagine
live
more of
action
Bespin.
series.
Imagine more of Bespin. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
You get so much more. Even we cut enough on Mandalorians. I was gonna say more Mandalore, but we don't really need it.
Sort of got bombed into smoking, didn't it?
Yeah, but before that,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
but even in the Clone Wars did that.
They're gonna make a young Yoda movie.
No, God, no.
I don't see the point. I mean, Yoda's sort of entire character is his old wise man. Why take that away? Why change that into
Character
I don't
growth,
think
bruh.
Oh no!
I'm good.
Just
Like,
leave him. He's fine. His character's fine. Leave him. Don't touch.
What
Don't
is
touch
it?
Yoda.
And also, I think some things that are should remain that way,
Yeah.
which is why I don't really want to see anything regarding Darth Plagueis.
I also never want to see anything about Qui Song Jin or whatever his name is.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn. I don't want to see any series based on him because I feel like Obi-Wan's enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do want to see him again.
Yeah. It'll be
But
cool
I
to see
don't
him.
want
I
the
just don't want it.
series.
Like if he
I do want
if he
Liam
shows
Neeson
up
again.
as a Force ghost, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
I think
Yeah,
I think he's gonna. I think he'll appear in Kenobi. I just
There's a Force Ghost likely.
yeah. No, he's just gonna. Fucking
I brains, don't worry.
the other alternative would be a flashback, but I doubt it. I think Force Ghost, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, that was part of his training in exile, so yeah.
Yeah. Because that was an interesting character, and we definitely didn't get enough of him. But Obi-Wan kind of filled that role in the later movies. And plucky wizard dude.
Wizard. Oh, them changing that fucking scream.
Hmm?
Bro, the special editions of Star Wars, the countless changes they have made to the original films. Like, fucking hell. I mean, personally, I don't get it. I don't get the whole, having a film and then constantly making additions and changes to it over time. Just leave it.
Yeah.
And especially considering it's so hard to actually get the original releases and the older editions to see what it was like back then.
It still feels weird that fucking Mark Hamill was playing a young Luke Skywalker through CGI.
Yeah.
Honestly, in Boba Fett, it looked pretty good.
Yeah, Boba Fett's one
was someone else.
Oh, was someone else? Okay.
Yeah, they got someone completely. So in Mandalorian, Mark Hamill was there.
Yeah.
But they used CGI to de-age him or to deepfake or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But then in the Boba Fett, they did the reverse.
Yeah.
They got someone else to be Luke, but then they deepfaked Mark Hamill's face onto.
And I assume
actor, which made it look more realistic.
I assume Mark Hamill also did voice.
From what I've heard, no.
He didn't?
No one voiced him. The computer voiced it.
Oh, what?
Apparently, he's fucking. This could be bullshit, but I read
Mark
somewhere
Hamill, you're being replaced by a robot.
Where the computer actually synthesized his voice.
If you're gonna synthesize any of his voices, do fucking Joker.
Oh my god, yeah.
That would be fucking legendary if you could have a synthesized Joker voice for any future. Who needs to pay actors? Well, I assume you would have to pay him partially. It is his voice.
That's my problem though with synthesizing.
Yeah.
Actors. Eventually, the art of creating film will die, and you can just do it all.
Yep.
With nothing. Eventually, and then they will go oversaturated with just so much bullshit, and then there'll be this new art form, like original film, which currently now is using older cameras and using physical, practical effects.
Or even just a lot of TV shows now, it's like that are set now. It gives the impression of you not knowing when it's set because they don't show like phones and technology being a big thing a lot sometimes. So it's like this thing could be set in the fucking 1970s. You don't fucking know. It's not. It's set in present day, but you don't know because we don't show it, and it's not a key focus in the story.
That's true. That's true.
That happens with a lot of shows.
A lot of the creators, story creators of today, grew up in a time 20 years ago, and they don't know how younger people or how these new technologies work in the world. Yeah. So they won't include those elements in stories. They don't know how because they don't know how it will affect their story.
And when it does, I get pissed off usually.
And then eventually, the people that make the films that have lived in that time will now be living in a different time because technology is growing just far too quickly. But that films that use modern technology just
but if you grew up with more modern technology, you are expected to know more about it, which can make the transition a bit easier. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it would make it a little bit easier because you've grown up with it, you've known how to use it, and it will just keep evolving in similar ways that you personally have grown up with.
I'll tell you what, my grandmother passed me her iPhone, and I tried to use it. I could not fucking figure out how to fucking use that thing. I have not used an iPhone in fucking years. You could put a gun to my head, I'd have no fucking clue how to open that shit.
Yeah, I can't even use any iPhone. I've not had one.
Because they've got such a unique way of opening shit. It's fucking crazy.
I could pick up any fucking Android and figure it out in 20 minutes.
I can do both.
Top. I can't.
My Android, you swipe.
You know what? Like that's the thing now. That's the thing now. Like our parents and our grandparents, they had to know multiple languages. We have to know multiple technical languages.
Yep.
Like I literally have to fully study Windows and Macs to understand how to do both for like when I'm using Photoshop and whatnot. Because I need that experience and skills. just to make sure. Like, obviously, like, there's no controlling on a fucking Mac. It's the whatever key it uses, which is a weird one.
Just a part of my course now. Granted, I am doing an IT course, but I have to know like 5 different fucking languages.
Yeah.
Like that, and that's not even a joke. Like 5 different fucking languages.
When you know English, let's
I'm
be
gonna
honest, you know like
learn even
3
more.
different languages.
And then that's on top of any actual like people languages that I try and learn.
Bro, Duolingo notified me that you did like more than 10 lessons yesterday.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Could never.
I quit Duolingo. I couldn't be stuffed with that shit. Just because I feel like I have better resources if I'm going to learn, but I also haven't started because I'm busy.
Yeah, that's true.
If anything, Duolingo is more like a gateway to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it really is.
Like Duolingo.
Like in school when you're doing like Italian class and you're not really giving a shit about it, it's like, okay, yeah, sure. Especially in those younger years, Duolingo's pretty good for that.
The good thing about like having an actual class is you can ask people shit.
Yeah.
That's. But then again, personally I sort of like prefer online learning languages online, but the problem is like there's obviously not someone there to reciprocate.
Part of me is also right now is like the story would be very different for like our parents because it's like to a certain degree at times like what is the real need for this language for us to speak it? It's not my parents' first language, but it is my grandparents' first language. I understand why my parents need to know it, but I don't have a full need for it.
I do, because to talk to my grandparents, I don't have that middle ground. I don't have someone to translate for. Well, I do, but I fucking refuse to use it.
But even still, like growing up in like household, you pick up shit and you can understand basic shit.
Yeah, I pick up things, but I can't say it back to them, and they can barely pick up what I say. So I want to still talk.
Well, I mean, my grandparents can still understand English, just they can't speak it.
Lucky you.
I just do it for fun, simple as that.
And I'd like to do more, like learn more than one language, but I know that I'll mix things up.
Yeah.
So ideally, I'd like to learn Japanese because I'm a fucking. Yeah. But I've prioritized over it.
It depends on the language. It depends on the language, I would think, because trying to learn Latin and Italian,
that would be
is just a pain in the fucking ass, because they're so similar, yet they're similar enough that I get them confused, but they're different enough so that the confusion will mess up the other.
Yeah.
So for that, but then for like if you were learning fucking I don't know
Japanese and Greek have nothing.
Italian and Japanese, it's all Japanese and Greek. It's like they're pretty different.
There'd be no overlap at all, but they still don't want to.
But also Japanese is regarded as one of the hardest for an English learner to study and learn. So it's like.
And you saw me get over a word. Because I was like, Zoe, what the fuck is that? There's no elephant option here. It's the tiniest things, but I assume it'd be far more difficult for you.
I mean, obviously, in the end of the day, there's going to be phonetic.
Yeah.
It is what it is. There's going to be words in one language. It's like, that sounds like a word in another language.
I mean, English just steals words like it's no big problem. Also, the English language is fucking cooked. Let's be honest. The English language is fucking cooked. What the fuck is a C? C is a weird letter.
Oh, I thought you meant the C.
No. The actual letter C.
Yeah.
C is a weird letter. Because people use it as like the K sound, and they use it like majority. But K is the predominant one, especially looking at older languages.
I think it depends on the language.
Over C.
I don't think it depends. Because, like, I mean, in Latin, I think C is used more. C is... off the top of my head, I can't think of a Latin word that uses K. There probably is, but off the top of my head, I cannot think of one. I absolutely can't.
I can't really think of a word.
But all the C's are K. Yeah. At least the version I'm learning is
And
they're all
and in
K
Greek,
sound.
like, there's no fucking C. There is no C.
Okay, what?
C does not exist
Well,
in the Greek alphabet.
granted, Greek has a completely different fucking
Yeah, obviously.
alphabet.
Yeah,
But-
but K exists and the K sound does exist. But the way English people use C is very weird. 'Cause
Even
it's like
even in Italian, like sometimes the C's are K sound,
Yeah.
sometimes the C's are a ch sound.
Mm.
So
Well,
yeah.
But sometimes it's dependent on like things like your name, like Caleb is a very interesting names. Like how do we actually say Caleb, and when it looks like Caleb, Kale, Eb, Ale, what, Kai.
Well, if you remove certain letters, then of
Yeah.
course, yeah,
But
it's
it
going to
looks
sound
good.
different.
Yeah.
The variations
Why isn't
of my
Alex's name Ale
have-
and Alexander?
the variations that my name has received is simply stress based.
Yeah.
I
mean, I say Caleb because
Well,
it's funny.
No, there is
Colour.
some. The first A is slightly a different pronunciation that I've heard. But the rest of the thing, it would just be stress. It'd be a stress issue.
Mm. Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I've also met Caleb's with a K. There was one kid at my primary school. We had a K, and I always made fun of him because I'm like, that's not how you spell it. But that could actually be a genuine, like it could, like maybe in Hebrew it actually is with a K, but I don't give a. It was funny.
Alex.
Yeah.
Your name is wrong. That's not how you spell Alexandra.
Yeah, you're right.
Bro, Alex is a name that has spread fucking everywhere.
Yeah, because it's a very weird name.
Jesus, that name has spread everywhere.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's goddamn Alex.
You're welcome.
It is very European though.
Yeah, I mean,
Slash
it's
Russian.
not really spread. It's not really spread to like Asia or anything.
No.
I don't think, but yeah,
Yeah, like each fucking country in Europe has their own variation of Alex.
yeah,
Even the Middle East.
Probably because of the Great.
probably yeah.
But,
He's kind of spread his influence fucking everywhere.
no, not really. Not in Europe. He spread it more in the Middle East.
Yeah,
Still, like,
there's
same.
still a lot of places.
Still
Like
same
with
sort of
like
thing,
with
you know?
like with Russia, you have like Alexei. Like I hear
Mm.
like that's big Russian.
So Russia is Europe, but not the Middle East.
The Middle East isn't Europe. Wait, what?
I thought
What?
it's either Europe or Asia.
The Middle East is Asia. It's part of
Is it
Asia, I
Asia?
think. I don't know.
But
Part of
Russia
the Middle
is.
East. Russia's
I
Russia.
thought it was Asia, but I honestly don't know.
Russia's not part of anything. It's just Russia. or
Russia's
or
both.
Rush Asia or whatever you want to call it.
Isn't Russia both?
To be honest,
Like
yeah.
depending on which part of Russia you're in, you're either in Europe
Yeah,
or you're in Asia.
essentially,
Depends
yeah.
on which part, yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
essentially. It's very confusing.
that's crazy. I mean, look, for some other countries where they've got islands, it's not that crazy. But for a country that's like continuous,
Yeah,
that's rather unique. Where
yeah.
you're part of two different continents like that.
Yeah, but I think the Middle East is not a part. Middle East is not a part of Europe. No. Definitely not.
I mean, look, the Middle East is in that
Yeah.
is in that sort of area where it's like
Like you can consider it
it's
Africa as well.
Asia, but like
Yeah,
also Europe.
and Africa.
It's like they're literally the middle ground.
Yeah.
They're the middle.
That's why
sort
they're
of
the Middle East.
the name. But yeah, they're sort of a mix of everything, which is very interesting.
Very weird. Yeah. I don't know. You look at my name.
Europe's
My name.
fucking doing it.
My name's very Greek.
Is it?
Nah,
What?
nah. I think it's Vietnamese.
What?
I think it's Swahili.
Swahili. I think it's from Nepal. Yeah. Words are funny. That's the summary of this one. Words are funny.
Is it funny? There are very funny languages.
I'm laughing just thinking about.
What I think is a funny language. I mean, you've got
Australian.
true. You've it's actually interesting because see, I'm not personally, I'm not a big fan of the way French sounds. However, I very much love the way Haitian Creole sounds, which is actually a French-based language, and it sounds very similar to French, but it's just slightly different enough so that it's not French, and I love it, which is weird. It's like I I French, out of all the languages I've heard, it's potentially my least favorite. But then Creole is one of my favorite by sound, which is fucking weird. Is just fucking. It's like. I mean, this isn't probably the best example. It's like if someone said, Korean was my least favorite language, yet Japanese is one of my favorite languages, or vice versa. It's like they sound similar but different enough, but similar enough to say like, well, why do you dislike this one?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, but you can do the same thing with European languages.
Of course, but then, some different European languages are, like I wouldn't compare French to Italian too much. They tend to have very different sounds, and same with Spanish and the other ones. Russian as well. German, yeah. Although, I mean, I suppose it depends because I often get the Germanic and Nordic languages mixed up sometimes. I mean, it also depends. Like certain German speakers, I can tell if they're German, but I suppose depending where they're born, it might sound a little bit.
But wait. A cat called dog.
A cat called dog. That's the best thing. Don't you agree, Alex?
Absolutely.
That if you get a cat and you call it dog, that's funny.
It's absolutely hilarious.
It's the best thing you could ever do.
Because
this guy sends it to me, and I fucking love that scene. So he sends it, and I'm immediately like, cat called dog. I fucking love that.
I'm so glad that you did as well. I sent him a picture of one of the Misicas. It's just that face, and he instantly knew.
Yeah.
What happened?
I fucking love the Misicas, man. They are so funny. They are the best.
I'm up
do you understand where I got the inspiration for the Kyberians from?
Yeah.
Them.
I'm currently up to what is it in season 2? The sports day shit.
Oh yeah,
with the parents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm up. I just watched the first episode of that today, and that's essentially where I'm up to. Yeah.
I think my current like profile banner is Misaka whipping out the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is.
I'm now like in that mood where it's like I'm thinking about like, alright, how would I rank all the Tuaru seasons? And I can't really rank Accelerated because I've only really seen it like once, and I need to rewatch it. So
I know who I'm ranking first. I'll be biased, but
season 3 of Index, by far my favorite.
Yeah, season 3 was pretty good. Yeah.
Season 3 of Index, then probably season 2 of Index, then season 2 of Railgun, season 1 of Index, essentially season 1 of Railgun's my least favorite. Yeah, but that's interesting as well.
Reminded me to change my banner
because I prefer season 2 of Railgun over season 1 of Index, yet they take place at the same time, which I thought was very interesting. And obviously, Caleb, you should know the main reason behind this.
Yeah.
Mugino. That's the only thing that pushed it further for me, was Mugino.
I had to think for a second, and I'm like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Besides, like the arc, that's essentially the same thing, but following the different characters. But I feel like you obviously get to meet a lot more of the espers and get that side a little bit more in that season. And obviously these are characters that we have already known. That's why it works and it's a little bit stronger. Whereas Index, this is the first time we're really getting to experience it. But Railgun is by far my least favourite. Because of just the whole disconnect, but it builds up stuff in the late series.
I do like how it explores me.
But if I was to add Accelerator, I would probably say second favourite. Yeah. Based off of what I remember, second favourite probably. If I added it all in.
The first episode of that show was just jerking off Accelerator, let's be honest.
It really was, yeah.
It was just... I can't remember which episode it was, but the scene where those... I have to rewatch it again. Where those girls were all stacking their powers onto Accelerator.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got him. And then... they just don't. And he's just out. And it's just like, oh, wow.
You know what I was thinking about, like, if this was, like, originally a manga... imagining this guy drawing Makoto Misaka over and over again. Thinking, how would he do it? Alex, that's a series you still gotta finish.
It is.
I still gotta finish. I haven't seen Railgun Season 3.
I watched half of it and forgot about it. That's why I haven't added it to that ranking.
I have been distracted by the Clan Wars.
Yeah.
Which has been fucking excellent. Just absolutely fucking phenomenal.
But Alex, how much you've seen? What, the first 2 seasons of both, and that's it?
Of what?
Of Tuaru.
Yeah. I haven't touched Accelerator, and I've started Index, and then I stopped.
Blasphemy.
It was really good, and then I didn't really feel like watching it.
That's fair
You
enough.
got distracted.
Once I get back to it, I'll have to start from the start.
Are you watching anything at all, really?
Now?
Yeah, in terms of anime that's long running, not weeklies or whatever.
No.
You just kind of stopped.
I've got a bunch paused.
Yeah. Gintama.
Yeah, notably Gintama. Let's have a look at my anime list, see what it's... And I'm not even up to date on all the simulcasts. My absolute favourite one, Granky Kings, just have not touched for the past couple of weeks.
It's always nice to binge a couple episodes, you know?
Yeah, Gintama, Hajime no Ippo, Agretsuko Season 4.
Oh.
Hensky, apparently.
I thought you would have just watched Agretsuko immediately.
I didn't get around to it. Because now I'm really... It's obviously I know this, but now I'm actually implementing the idea that not everyone will react and interpret and enjoy the same things as you at the exact same way and time you did.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things I'd probably enjoy a lot more had I watched it at certain points in my life.
Yeah.
And there are some things which I recognize are me, but they didn't resonate with me, and they don't resonate with me right now, so I just won't get to it. I recognize Monster as a masterpiece, but I don't care for it. I don't really care to read Berserk unless I'm in that particular mood, and that only strikes every... But then once I do, it's for,
The mood.
So even though there's a series which I recognize... Well, no, it is a series I believe to be something that at the time I absolutely fucking loved. And then I tell someone else to go to it, and they drop it after 6 episodes. They don't like...
I would never.
Not you.
Oh.
But that's just the way I'm going about things now. I don't really care to watch some of the shows because I don't feel like it at the moment.
Part of me,
and I won't force myself to do it either.
Part of me after in Tuaru is probably gonna go to Gundam.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just because
right now I'm definitely feeling a lot more Western shows for some reason.
Western. I don't know what mood I'm in right now.
And then most of my spare time's actually been going into Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Either playing or setting up for you cunts.
I mean, even with that, I was just thinking, I would probably be watching more weekly and more anime if Funimation decided to possibly work on the TV app, because I can't be bothered connecting a computer to the TV at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
my fucking, because like you saw, I watched the first episode of Thingy. What is it? Mushoku Tensei. I'm like, okay, I'm liking this. I should watch more. Episode 2 just would not work. It played the first episode and it would not work. It just fucking refused. And anytime like I want to watch something else and just like searching, and the search function is already horrendous. It's just so bad. Because it'll only show like the first 10 anime of a specific particular theme, and it won't go beyond that. I can't search for anything else if I'm looking at genres, which is highly retarded. And then no matter what, it just won't play for shit. Nothing will play. Nothing will load. And it's so stupid because I'm just sitting here thinking, you took Anime Lab. Anime Lab fucking worked. What is your problem? Oh, now I just miss Anime Lab now.
Yeah.
Because fucking Funimation just did a
we not
dog
all...
shit. Stupid. Even on the computer, sometimes it just does not like to load. Which can be really annoying. But, yeah. I'm in a bit more of an anime mood now. Haven't really been watching any Western TV series that I'm interested in.
I'll probably get back to Breaking Bad, if I'm being honest. I've had that paused for like half a year.
I feel like it's long-running television. Bit hard. I mean, Caleb just substituted The Simpsons out for Clone Wars now.
Yeah, maybe I'll get into Clone Wars.
No, so what I did is I was watching The Simpsons, and then I wanted to at least get past Who Shot Mr. Burns. So I got past. I finished part 2, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a break. And then I can't remember exactly why, but for some reason I'm like, you know what, fuck it, let's start watching Clone Wars, and that's all I've been doing.
Oh, The Kingsman is on Disney Plus. Nice.
What is this?
It is?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was quick. That was fucking quick.
That was quick. It took a month or 2 months. Damn, that was quick.
Let's get Clone Wars. See where I'm up to on my not rewatch, but just proper watch. Though.
Sub-watch. We'll call it the sub-watch.
Oh my god. I have found something precious.
Is it?
Oh my... I have found something precious.
Yeah.
I found the I found the Daily Ducks Word document.
Oh no.
This is beautiful.
Also, you know, Alex, you have no excuse now. All of Always Sunny is there.
He's there. I mean, so tempted to watch it, but, you know.
What's the excuse?
Shit's cringe as fuck. I can't go through comedies, you know.
It's not really cringe.
You know for a fucking problem. Like, I love...
Oh, this is beautiful.
For some reason, this man just cannot.
So where's Always Sunny?
Disney Plus, all of it.
Where?
On it.
I'm fucking searching it up, but I don't find it.
It's on like, you know, the banner thing as well. The slides. It's there. You know, search it. Always. It's the first thing that comes up when I typed in always.
Well, it did not show up on mine.
Well, if I type in sunny. Yep, still first thing. Yeah, okay. Let's see. What are you on? Are you on the computer or? Are you on the computer?
I'm on my laptop, yeah.
I'll look at the laptop because I was looking at my phone version. See if there's any difference. Okay. Homepage, let's just look through the banner real quick, just double check. Once it fucking loads. Once it decides to load, my god. Disney Plus.
Kingsman, How I Met Your Mother, French Dispatch, Armageddon, which is okay. Pam and Tommy, This Is Us, The Book of Boba Fett, Ron's Gone Wrong, Bones, Bob's Burgers. Ah, there it is.
You found it. I don't know.
Bro.
Did you?
There we go. Now it shows up.
I don't know what happened when you were searching it.
I searched it. It wasn't coming up.
Bro, the Daily Ducks is fire. What a fire newspaper. Bro,
Oh, no, it did come up. It's just got a fucking image. I never went. I was like, wrestling, Home Alone, dog. Yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. What do you? What, oh my god, the fucking Daily Ducks. My god. Does Alex remember what his one was called?
My one what?
Of the Daily Ducks.
No.
The fucking newspaper thing that we did in year 7. You were probably with Harry and the other Alex.
Yeah, probably. It was because I found this USB that has all my old school shit on it.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about.
The Daily Ducks. Muppets. Muppets.
Yeah. So I just found it. I just found all this stuff. It was very funny.
I don't remember what I did for that. I think it had something to do with cookies.
Yeah, there was cookies one.
Yeah, that was
and
mine.
there was Pokemon. There was like
That was
something for like Pokemon. What's it called? Alpha Sapphire or some shit.
I think that would have been the
That must have been. Oh, that might have been. Yeah.
That was the guess probably.
Because that probably was coming around.
Yeah.
Out around.
I know I was the cookies. I remember that. I was doing the cookies. I don't even remember what the fuck I wrote, but I did something related to cookies. I just have like this picture, like, of a cookie in my head. And it's not even just like a cookie. It's just an actual picture that you would search up on Google. Cookie. That's the image that's in my head. Just like a white box with a cookie inside of it. That you would find if you search up cookie on the internet. That's what's in my head.
You wrote an article about the Cookie Monster getting arrested because he murdered a living chocolate chip cookie.
Oh.
Brilliant.
I was in year 7 and I was writing about murder. Oh, that's wonderful. That's fucking wonderful.
And there was a story about a goose got thrashed by 3 ducks. The ducks got angry at the goose for stealing the ducks' hidden food for their ducklings.
Huh.
And then more about the chocolate chip murder. Mamma mia.
The chocolate chip murder is important. That was the big news, like, grabber. That was the hook.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the hook. Like, Alex, if you saw a newspaper that said the Cookie Monster killed, Cookie Monster murdered.
Oh yeah, I'm
You're hooked. You're hooked.
Oh,
You don't find these in like newspapers now, which is still a print that you can find in stores. Surprisingly, ooh. Newspapers just feel kind of like they're dead. Who needs newspaper when you have the internet?
I know,
It's not a good substitute, but who needs it? Oh my fucking! Because you can understand it now. That's why he sends it.
Eh?
The meme you just sent.
Yeah.
The only person that was there for Naruto.
What a brilliant power. You know what? I'm actually going to have to head off now, unfortunately.
Fair enough. We might as well end it. It's been, what,
Yeah.
2 hours?
Sure.
Alright. Especially when it was so impromptu, because there was a fucking plan that has been delayed by 3 weeks.
Topic.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Ah.
Hopefully,
I haven't studied. I gotta study for the test.
No, no study.
True.
Don't study.
I'll rewatch the entire series. So you want to know.
In a week,
But-
go have fun.
I'm going to scour Mother's page. I refuse to get a Madara question wrong.
Time to go look through the entirety of my... Memorize that page.
All I know is it's gonna be fun for me. Oh, that's the end of this.
Yeah.
We finally have all our new pictures up. No comments left on
No.
Alex for what we all look like?
No.
Not particularly.
Okay, that's it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Shame.
I do like the accelerator shirt, though.
Yes.
Man, it doesn't get my reference. Oh.
No clue. I asked you, you didn't tell me.
Yeah. It's from Yu-Gi-Oh!
I am
What's that?
going to disappear now.
Bye-bye.
Is it
Adam,
the
I
I
Yu-Gi-Oh!
just want to let you disappear. Is he disappearing? Okay, he's gone. Oh yeah, that's the end.